There's a saying in Japanese horse racing pertaining to
This is just the one. Pirates? TM opera. Oh, the Conqueror of Umamusume. Conqueror.
each of the Triple Crown titles.
Hang on.
The Satsuki. There's a saying in Japanese horse racing pertaining to each of the Triple Crown titles. The Satsuki Show is won by the fastest horse, the Kika Show by the strongest, and the Tokyo Yushun by the luckiest. At the time of writing
Why luckiest? why
the
luckiest?
script from 1941 to 2025, only 8 racehorses have achieved the legendary Triple Crown title,
Wait, really?
with 5 of those horses being before the year 2000.
Huh? Wait. How long has this been around? Only 8 horses. Dang.
These 5 racehorses would be Saint Light in 1941, Shinzan in 1964, Mr. CB in 1983, Simbali Rudolph in 1984, and Narita Bryan in 1994.
Huh? Wait, Narita Bryan is actually a Triple Crown winner? What? Narita, the delinquent Yankee-looking horse is actually that powerful? Dang.
The Japanese Triple Crown consists of 3 races of varying lengths: the Satsuki Show at 2,000 meters, the Tokyo Yushun at 2,400 meters, and the Kika Show at 3,000 meters. Differing distance is the first of many hurdles a racehorse will face when contesting this Triple Crown title.
Okay, not gonna lie, now that I know there's only 8 horses that won the Triple Crown, I can kind of understand the hate for Rice more. I'm so sorry, Rice Shower. Like, you really killed 2 horses' dreams. Like, they were really good horses and really close to being, like, legacies. But, like, the worst part is Rice didn't win. Rice Shower never won the Triple Crown, right? Like, Rice Shower never did well enough to kind of like justify stealing those wins. You can turn around and be like, oh wow, this new competitor like is really good, I'm going to be a Rice Shower fan now. Like, no, Rice kept like losing after that. Oh my god. Yeah, like imagine you work your entire life to be one of the 8, to add your name to one of the 8 after all these years, these decades, and like some unknown person came and stole it and then went back to losing, right? Like there's nobody by a fluke beats you, steals it from you forever, and then just goes back to being a nobody, just like messing around. And you're like, are you even a serious racer? Huh? Are you even trying to like be a good racer? Dang. Poor Rice though. Poor Rice. Well,
It's the first of many hurdles a racehorse will face when contesting this Triple Crown title. These 3 races are also home to some of the most fierce competitors of their era, making winning all 3 competitions a test of pure strength and racing capability.
wait, who is that?
These racehorses can't
What is a
simply
picture
waltz
of
into
that?
these races
That
either.
looked like Bakushu.
Strict regulation were in place to have horses qualify by
That's
winning
supposed to be someone
preliminary
else?
races. They had to prove themselves before ever setting foot on the turf.
That's
In
Teo?
addition, this title is limited to 3-year-old horses only, meaning there's only one shot to even attempt to seize this title.
But Teo never won the Triple Crown either. Hey, Teo is a Japan Cup winner. I mean, being a Japan Cup winner is also, you know, a big deal.
Horses only, meaning there's only one shot to even attempt to seize this
Yeah,
title.
there's only one shot.
In previous videos, we've covered up-and-coming stars who contend for the Triple Crown title, several examples being Agnes Tachyon, Tokai Teo, Mejiro McQueen, and Mihono Bourbon. Even if a competitor isn't
out of all those competitors, Rice thwarts 2 of them.
able to seize all of these titles, it's rare for their competition to be so fierce that it redefines a horse racing era. Today, we'll be covering a story that did just that. A racehorse who, alongside Admire Vega and Narita Top Road, will show the audience one of the most fierce competitions to claim the Triple Crown, only to continue on and cement himself in horse racing history. This is the story of TM Opera O, the Conqueror of the Century's End. TM's racing
Conqueror.
career is highlighted in 2 series of the Umamusume anime. These include TM's debut and first year of racing in Road to the Top, and his dominating career that follows, which is displayed in beginning of a new era. The name of the movie itself pays tribute to the end of TM Opera O's legacy, and the induction of a new era of race horses. Some Umas in the series have very brief racing careers, while others stack tens of hundreds of races under their belt. The one unique thing about TM Opera O's career
like that.
is the sheer domination that will follow a fierce competition for the Triple Crown title in 1999. Road to the Top would convey a message that strong competition would bring out the absolute best of a racer's capabilities, and that statement holds true for the 1999 Triple Crown series. TM Opera O was born on March 13, 1996, at the Kineas Ranch in Urakawa, Hokkaido.
In 1996, weren't they born? They're born 2 years before. They're 2 years before Takion, right? And a little bit after Special Week. I see. So they're just like in between. Satsuki shows 2,000 meters. You need a horse with great speed. Kikuka showed 3,000. You need with great strength. Japanese Derby is 2,400. You need a horse that's both strength and speed. By luckiest horse? You should basically have to train someone that's good at mediums and longs. You also need to have a experienced jockey that can, I guess, handle a good strategy for them.
TM's sire was Opera House, a famous racehorse from Great Britain.
Opera House.
He had earned the title of European champion in 1993 after winning multiple G1 races. Just like Sunday Silence, an American racehorse that would be brought to Japan, Opera House's strong racing capabilities made him a contender
British.
to be a breeding stallion,
She's
leading
half
to his
British.
transfer in 1994. The TM in Opera's name are the initials of Masasugu Takezono, the president and owner of TM Kinen. Takezono would be the one to bring Opera House to Japan and begin the process of turning him into a breeding stud. Opera is in honor of his sire, Opera House, and the O signifies king in Japanese. This is a common suffix used in Japanese racehorses' names, with another prime example being Sakura Bakushin O. Despite the impressive display of dominance TM would show in future races, the start of his career will come with a few roadblocks. TM debuted on August 15, 1998 at the 2-year-old newcomers race where he'd placed second overall.
Sorry, I noticed this horse right there. I'm glad that TM Opera at least placed second, but you're gonna watch that horse again. In the back, what was that gold ship-like behavior?
15th, 1998
Look at this guy.
at the 2-year-old newcomers race
kick him
where
off
he
so
placed
bad.
second overall.
How dare you make me race? That's not just a late start. This over here is like a late start. Okay, that guy he's had murder in his eyes. He's trying to buck him off. That's interesting. Okay, so Team Opera didn't actually win their maiden race, so you have to race their maiden again, just to clear that goal in career.
1998 at the 2-year-old newcomers race where he'd placed second overall, a staggering 6 lengths behind the winner classic stage.
Ooh.
This race would also result in TM having to rest for 3 months due to a leg injury following his debut.
Oof. Wow, talk about a bad start. You were 6 lengths behind the first person. So like nobody's going to notice you, right? Like this is your debut. I'm like I'm sorry. I'm so like, you know, villainous novel isekai whatever brand, but like I'm imagining like, you know, your high society debut. You have to wear your prettiest dress and get everyone's attention, you know, and start your career. You make the rounds, so like you're trying to gain fans and spotlight. So not only do you place second, really far behind the first place person, so that person's got the spotlight. You have to go on mandatory break.
Though his first race was on a turf-based track, TM's following 2 races would be on dirt, where he'd suffer a 4th place finish before earning his first victory at the 3-year-old make debut. At this point, it was clear that TM had potential, and so his trainers aimed to condition him to be up to par to participate in the classic races that followed.
Are they
The
good at dirt?
participation of TM Opera in the classics wouldn't have been possible had he been born several years prior. At the time of TM's career in 1999, a major rule change had hit the JRA, all thanks to the legacy of one ashen racehorse, Oguri Cap.
Oguri?
This rule change I'll explain shortly, but the gratitude of Oguri's legacy and his impact on TMs are personified in Road to the Top, where TM Opera expresses her gratitude for Oguri's belief in her racing capabilities. The inclusion of Oguri witnessing Opera O's races are also a tribute in itself, the rule change being implemented a year after Oguri Cap's retirement in 1991. Oguri Cap needs no introduction, and deserves a whole documentary-length video for his staggering career in the future. However, I'll summarize it.
Ogre is older than all of them. I didn't realize that. Remember Zunsky and Ogre were the two oldest horses maybe?
Briefly to emphasize the impact he left on the racing world.
Okay, that's my Ogre too. Every Ogre career, I'm just like win, 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 win. I can do nothing but play races, and my Ogre can't stop winning. It's great. You just get like, you hit like legend without even trying, right? Yeah, I see. So all the TM horses are named by the guy who owns them, with the initials TM. That's crazy. What if I just named all my horses MM? MM. I like a signature. MM Opera. Oh, the Gray Beast, insanely strong skill, triumphant pulse.
However, I'll summarize it briefly to emphasize the impact he left on the racing world. Oguri Cap was denied entry into the Classics in 1988 due to his failure to register the previous year. This was a requirement at the time by the JRA.
Rude.
However, due to Oguri's sheer dominance against strong competitors and his sudden boom in popularity, public outcry soon ensued not only by fans, but fellow critics, trainers, and jockeys alike.
Okay, but look how unimpressed Ogre is here. Ogre is like, I'm just a small town horse. I only know eat and race. Do not ask me questions. I have no opinions, thank you. I just want to run. That's so funny. But so Ogre had such an impact that like Ogre changed the rules. The people like rallied around Ogre and like caused, I don't know, a mutiny. Uprising. Fight the power.
Petitions were signed, attempts were made, and negotiations set to mend the rules and allow horses who miss the registration date to still be able to show their talent against Japan's best in the classics. Unfortunately, for Oguri Cap, he'd be denied entry to participate, the JRA refusing to mend these rules so suddenly.
Old people. Traditional old people. Japan society. Japanese society. Ugh, sticklers for rules and tradition. Let Oguri live, man. It's just one horse. One horse. Think of the money. Think of how many people would show up to see Oguri run. Missed opportunity for principles.
This didn't stop the public from pushing the matter, and the sheer support of Oguri Cap was so strong that the JRA could not simply sweep this under the rug.
Nice.
The pressure built up to the point where the JRA changed this rule in 1992, allowing racehorses a late registration into the classics, albeit with a highly inflated price. This change would be referred to as the
So you legal bribery. Yeah, we will do it for a price. We just gotta sweeten the pot a little bit. Okay.
The Oguri Cap system following its implementation. Iwamoto, TM Opera's trainer, was insistent to pay this hefty fine to showcase TM's capabilities against strong competitors. By this point, TM Opera had already met the requirements to join the classic races, having achieved a first-place finish at the Mainichi High on March 28, 1999. Takezono, due to TM's potential and Iwamoto's belief, would pay the 2 million yen fee to register TM.
2 million yen. What? What is the normal price for entering your horse? Whoa. 2 million. Excuse me? Okay, I know like there's a lot of money in the betting pool. Clearly, I don't normally know, but I remember Gold Ship's 1.6 billion yen incident, right? Which means 1.6 billion yen of worth of tickets was bet on Gold Ship. And that's just like not every horse. That's not the full betting pool. That's only one horse was 1.6 billion, right? So If you want to register late, you have to pay the late fee. Yeah, that's 2 million. 20,000 USD. But 20,000 USD in 2000, right? Back in 2000. So you have to like count inflation there. And I don't know. Japan did go through a lot of economic hardships. I don't remember, but I guess like the economic bubble was a little bit after this, right? A little bit later in the 2000s. I guess that would be more around Urara era, maybe? But like, yeah. Yeah. Wait, oh, 12 billion yen, not 1.6. Sorry. Wow, okay, that's a lot of money. I see. So, really, they can charge whatever fines they want and people will still pay them. 90 million USD at the time. Depending on how strong the yen was. Yen wasn't as bad as it is now, yeah, for sure. The usual fee's like 10,000 yen. Yeah, like 10,000 yen, $100. That makes sense. You're just entering. It's like an entrance fee. $100. Okay. So, the tax from $100, you're telling me, goes two times the amount of the entrance fee. Is that like on top of it? So you pay like 10,000 yen and you pay an additional 20,000 yen. Eh? Is it 20,000 or no? It's like 2 million, isn't it? Yeah, 200 times on top. Yeah.
Finish at the Mainichi High on March 28, 1999. Takezono, due to TM's potential and Iwamoto's belief, would pay the 2 million yen fee to register TM Opera O into the classics.
Blessing is to not be late. I don't know about that. I mean, it's it's not that hard to push around some papers and add an additional horse, is it? It's not 2 million yen worth of difficult administration. Please, please. That's a little overboard. 2 million plus 10,000 yen. The price for showing off. If you don't win at that point, like, I don't know. Money sink.
The original plan was to train TM to compete in the Tokyo Yushun. This would mean missing the Satsuki show, which would take place on April 18, 1999.
Oh.
Takezono expressed concern with such a high-level race being so close to TM's Mainichi win. Once more, Oguri Cap's legacy would impact the trajectory of TM's career. Despite Takezono's doubt of TM's capabilities for the Satsuki show, Tsutomu Setoguchi, Oguri Cap's trainer, encouraged him to compete.
Oh my god, they have an actual real life friendship that's reflected in the anime. It's not just made up. That's very encouraging. Like all these like other trainers and jockeys and rivals, they got each other's backs. But also, what was I thinking?
Tsutomu Setoguchi, Oguri Cap's trainer, encouraged him to compete. And so, on April 18, 1999, TM Opera would enter the race course alongside his jockey, Ryuji Wada. TM would be placed against two strong competitors in this race, Narita Top Road and Admire Vega. TM, against all odds and at the disbelief of Iwamoto, would surge to the front of the pack within the final leg of the race, surpassing Vega and Top Road, claiming a win at the Satsuki show. This didn't only mark—
Oh my god, whoa! This is like every single thing activating at once. You know, like Triumphant Pulse, the home stretch haste. Wow! Yeah, late surger. That was like almost as good as gold ships.
Are you enjoying the video? Hi, I'm Meimi, and this is Hattie. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing to my main channel. These clips are from live streams I do every week. Thank you!
Gold ships like started from farther, because he was like at the end all the way to the front. But this was like so much acceleration.
Would surge to the front of the pack within the final leg of the race, surpassing Vega and Top Road, claiming a win at the Satsuki show.
I didn't even notice that horse. I wasn't even looking at that horse. I was looking at the front view, right? Dang. So, isn't the Satsuki show, yeah, the first of the Triple Crowns or at least one of the Triple Crowns. No? They just need to verify ages because classic races are for 3-year-olds and they don't want people coming in the last second to steal a place in the races. I suppose there is a cap. Opera O at the time was the highest earning racehorse, breaking record at 1.8 billion yen. At least they're consistent. Like, you bet on the winning horse, the favorite, and at least they win a lot back for you.
This didn't only mark a major victory for TM Opera O, but also would be a moment in horse racing history. TM Opera O would be the first late registered horse under the Oguri cap system to seize a victory at the classics. This also was a historic moment due to Ryuji Wada, TM's jockey, being the youngest jockey in history to claim a classic victory.
Oh!
This victory, however, did come at a cost. TM had been badly beaten by the sheer amount of whipping Wada had given him in the final spurt.
Oh no!
Iwamoto, displeased with this level of mistreatment, would scold Wada, resulting in a shift in his riding method with TM Opera O.
That's sad. Okay, I kind of understand because, like, well, he's young, so he's probably kind of inexperienced, right? He's kind of inexperienced winning, like, such a big race. He probably felt a lot of pressure because, like, first of all, you paid such a huge amount of money. The late fee, if you didn't win something back. Like, oh, that late fee hurts me. But, like, you kind of like see why the horse came from. He was like not even fourth. He was like way back, and then he suddenly surged forward. So he must have been like whipping him the entire time, and like that does sour the win a little bit because it's like, oh, was the horse in pain? Was he only winning because like he was getting whipped, right? Like you can think about the other horses that were mentioned, like Grass Wonder, that won without being whipped, or like Suzuka that was like always in the front. And you hear like these horses, like they love racing, they're just naturally fast, and then you just hear like, oh no, Opera won because he was whipped. Like that's not something you really want to celebrate. You don't really want to encourage that kind of racing method.
Would scold Wada.
The one that paid the fee was the owner, not the jockey. Okay, yeah, but the owner surely pays the jockey, and there's a lot of pressure on the jockey to win, right?
Resulting in a shift in his riding method with TM Opera O. This method will rely more on Opera O's final leg of the race, and seizing victory at the very last moment. As the year progressed, TM Opera O wouldn't be able to find his footing in order to claim another win. From the Tokyo...
Okay, so now we have the overcorrection here. Now the jockey is too worried about not whipping. Like, right? Like, he's like, oh, yeah, he's very conscientious. But then, like, the late surger method doesn't work that well anymore if you're not, like, in the lead. You can't overtake anybody because you're not like properly pacing yourself. And
seizing victory at the very last moment. As the year progressed, TM Opera O wouldn't be able to find his footing in order to claim another win. From the Tokyo Yushun, held on June 6, 1999, to the Arima Kinen, held on December 4, 1999, TM would see second and third place finishes overall. Despite TM's inability to claim the Triple Crown title, his participation in the classics alongside Vega and Top Road would bring in thousands to the racecourse. Vega would seize victory at the Tokyo Yushun, while Top Road claimed the victory at the Kika Show later on. This will result in these three racehorses being seen as one of the greatest rivalries for the classic titles.
So all three of them won one of the races. If you put all three of them together, they got the Triple Crown.
Clearly displayed in Road to the Top, the rivalry was definitely something that drew in crowds by the thousands. Despite the popularity of TM during 1999, the lack of victories frustrated Takezono, resulting in the demand to remove Ryuji as TM's jockey. Several losses.
Oh, wow. There's like so much drama here. I guess you don't really depict that in the anime or anything like that because you're not gonna show any of them getting whipped, and you're not gonna show them like getting like ridden by a jockey or anything. But yeah, I mean it's hard. Like I can see the frustration. Like, can you not ride this horse in a way without like whipping them? Can't you not win in a method that's like, you know, less brutal? Yeah, it's so sad to hear it was whipped. I guess they were just trying not to whip that much. Wait, Opera was bloody? Like the whip actually made them bleed in the final spurt? What? What? Or do you mean like, oh, to represent it in the anime, you mean? Like, they were kind of beaten up? Oh, man. We have like a almost animal abuse case here. That's so scary. Seeing the whipping gave Meisho Dodo Opera O's friend trauma, and he often ran away from Wada whenever he saw him. That's a very bad reputation to have. You're like a jockey that can only win through force, right? Wow. The eye injury was a different race? Was it? Oh, I see. So it was not because of the whipping, huh?
TM during 1999, the lack of victories frustrated Takezono, resulting in the demand to remove Ryuji as TM's jockey. Several losses were attributed to Ryuji's inability to make critical decisions as the race continued against strong competitors. For example, the defeat in the Kika show would be due to Ryuji's inability to properly pursue Narita top road and keep a lock on the first place position.
Okay, low wits. Low wits, this is what happens when you don't trade wits. But if you think about it, it's not the horse's wits, it is the jockey's wits. Part of wits in the game, it operates like, oh, if other people speed up and other people take certain positions, you want to like choose whether to follow them or whether to find an opening and like overtake them, right? This is literally how it works in real life too.
Ability to properly pursue Narita top road and keep a lock on the first place position, resulting in a late surge and a lackluster performance. Iwamoto would stand by his pupil, stating that he'd retire training TM if Ryuji was replaced.
Dang.
Begrudgingly, Takezono will retain Ryuji's position as TM's jockey, ending his classic career in 1999. Though Takezono had doubt of Ryuji's synergy with TM, the following year would prove to shatter all expectations.
Yeah, I mean, we spoiler alert, we know that TM Opera dominates the 2000s. So I guess choosing to keep the jockey was a good decision. But I'm surprised the sensei or senpai or someone really believed in him.
Entering the new year, Ryuji would continue to jockey TM Opera from the beginning of his career all the way into retirement. TM's nickname, the Conqueror of the Century's End, would surface after an undefeated year of racing in the year 2000. Up until this point, it was unheard of for a racehorse to win consecutive races at this degree. Each of TM's races were either medium or long distance tracks, having participated in every graded race possible in the year 2000.
Wow.
TM would also display a back-to-back victory in both the autumn and spring Tenno show, a feat only accomplished 2 times prior. These previous victories being with Tamamo Cross and Special Week. TM's wins of every possible graded medium and long distance race is still a record undefeated to this day. In addition, TM would set a record with 8 undefeated races in the year 2000, as well as the most G1 victories in a year being 5 in total. One of the most notable races for TM would be his participation in the Japan Cup, resulting in a first place victory.
Oh, wow, we have so many Japan Cup winners in this game. So many. Wow.
This would mark the 3rd consecutive win of Japanese racehorses, adding to the victories of El Condor Pasa and Special Week in the past 2 years.
2 lengths to make up, and here comes Fantastic Light. This is for the Emirates table. Meishidono hit the front. TM up low. The Japanese legend runs to them. Fantastic Light trying to get in. TM up low. The crowd roars. Their champion wins it by a head in a thrilling finish. Fantastic Light may be second from Micho Dodo either way.
TM's exceptional performance
American commentary, shocking. That's how international the Japan Cup is. But also, late surger strat still. They like keep pace in like the regular pack and then just last minute accelerate. Wow.
Fantastic Light may be second from Micho Dodo either way.
TM's exceptional performance would also allow him to set a record for the highest earning racehorse in history, taking home a total of 1.8 billion
Wait,
yen.
when you
This
guys said
record
he
would
made a
stand
lot.
until 2017, when Kita-san Black would
Kita-san!
barely surpass it.
Okay, but Kita-san, I don't know. We have to like account for inflation. How strong was the yen in both of these years, right? Oh.
These victories also showcase a strong bond between TM and Ryuji. Unsurprisingly, the undefeated year would lead many to see them as one of the most iconic jockey horse duos in Japan. As beginning of a new era showcases, TM's dominating legacy would allow other strong competitors to be born to challenge his reign, these being Jungle Pocket, Agnes Tachyon, Manhattan Cafe, and an Uma displayed as TM's best friend, Meisho Dodo. Entering the year 2001, TM, much like his 1999 racing career, would see a mix of placements overall. Of the 7 total races he participated in during 2001, he'd only placed first in 2, with the lowest placement being his final race at the Arima Kinen.
Oh wait, I see. I recognize all these names on the right. Agnes Digital actually won one. No show. Jungle Pocket, Manhattan.
Originally, TM's trainers had planned to set the record for most G1 victories after the undefeated year in 2000. TM would have 7 total G1 victories in his career, tying the current record. However, Meisho Dodo would upset the chances of breaking this record by defeating TM at the Takarazuka Kinen on June 24, 2001.
I thought they were friends.
TM would retire following his race in the 2001 Arima Kinen, ushering in a new era of horse racing. TM's dominating race history will result in him being named Horse of the Year in 2000, and in 2004, he'd be inducted into the JRA Hall of Fame. Unlike the other horses we've covered in past videos, TM Opero didn't see much success as he became a breeding stud in retirement. Being from a lineage of European horses, TM's career was a miracle in itself. TM's pedigree is suited.
The British are an exception, not a rule. Unlike us superior US bred horses. Sorry, we don't want any more British blood being passed around.
TM's career was a miracle in itself. TM's pedigree is suited for horses being raised and raced outside of Japan, and due to this, many of TM's offsprings were unremarkable in performance on Japanese racecourses. Sadly, due to this fact, interest quickly declined over time due to the unsuccessful offspring TM sired. For the remainder of his life, TM enjoyed retirement away from the racecourse. He passed away suddenly at the Hakuban Bokujo farm in Hokkaido at the age of 22 years old, after suffering a heart attack.
Okay, like 22 is still a decent like length of time, a nice length of life. And was retired then, living on a farm, you know?
Though his life had ups and downs, TM Opero is still regarded as one of the greatest racehorses of all time in Japan. Even with the inability to seize a Triple Crown, Opero had solidified his capabilities on the racetrack, earning record-breaking amounts and gaining the adoration of thousands. A racehorse who ushered in a new era, personified as a prideful Uma with a love for racing and a desire to stand atop her competition. This was the story of TM Opero, the conqueror of the century's end. Did you enjoy this video? And who should I cover next?
Tim got no game. I know. Tim offered no. Okay, listen. He's it's just a difference in preferences. Asian horses, they like what they like, and it's not British. It's not British. Oh man, but that context is insane. Just how strong of a horse he was. Yeah, 7 G1s. It's very different from the game. Agreed. In the game where you could just win everything, you just get all the G1s. G1 easy. Sorry, like that's just called a race. Out of the trio, Admire Vega was the first to go. Cancer, and then Narita top road, finally Opera. Oh, so Opera Road comparatively lived a pretty long life with a good retirement, right? And Eric's sister in both years to representative was a failed breeding stud. I don't know about that. What? What do you mean? You put one on both ears? It's because this horse is like, okay, that's not like they're maidenless, but they're kind of they're kind of like have no legacy. It's kind of like oh my god, he's like the Henry VIII of horses. He just kept having failure children. Couldn't have a good child. No, we can't have that. Yeah, G1's just a warm up in the game. Us be farming in the game easy. Let's watch this one. The theming, but I haven't watched. Again, I haven't watched any of the anime, so I know this one has to do with Top Road's story.
Before the video starts, I just wanted to thank you guys for all the support that you have shown me on the gacha video. Now let's get back to the video. When we think of great rivalries,
Umamusume likes
of,
like the fandom likes
like
one
Goku
thing.
And Vegeta, Real Madrid and Barcelona, my car and the oddly shaped human obstacles on the sidewalk after a beer. But rivalries usually come in pairs. But this rivalry comes in the form of 3 of the most dominant and the most successful horses of their era. All 3 of these horses have won a G1 race that will be qualified for a Triple Crown, and they will be called the shared Triple Crown of 1999.
Imagine like you have like 2 besties. You know, like how every story ever has like 3 besties, right? Like you got like the main character, the funny best friend, and the more serious best friend trio. That you just all share. You love them all so much that you all share the prize.
These 3 horses are Admire Vega, Tam Upper O, and Narita Top Road. To really understand how these 3 rivalries are so important and so impressive, we need to first understand what is a Triple Crown. So the Triple Crown usually refers specifically
Team 7 in Naruto?
to the Japanese
Who's Naruto
classic
here?
Triple Crown, which consists of the Satsuki Show, the Tokyo Yunshin, and the Kika Show. And the most important thing is these races are only open to 3-year-old horses. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the horses to win these 3 prestigious races and to gain the Triple Crown. And in Japanese horse racing history, these 3 races are considered some of the most prestigious races in Japan. To understand how impressive having a Triple Crown is, there have only been 8 horses in the...
Yeah, see, look, there's only 8 horses. And Orfevra's one of them, which is crazy to me. Orfevra, of all people, is one of the 8. But like they're just strangely not as well known, I guess, as the other horses out there. You think Vega Sasuke and Opera is Naruto because they're orange? Hey.
History of the Japanese horse racing history that has won a Triple Crown. And those horses are Saint Light, Shazan, Mr. CB, Simbali Rudolph, Narita Brian, Deep Impact, Orfevi, and Contrail. And it's very tough for even G1 level horses to win one of these races. So in 163 years of the entire Japanese horse.
Yeah, see, like, that's what shocks me. I thought it was like, oh, they just started it in the 1900s or something. It's been around since 1862.
Racing history, only 8 of the most incredible horses have ever had the title of winning a Triple Crown. But what makes this rivalry so special is that all 3 of them have won one of the race that will be qualified for a Triple Crown. So Tam Upper O won the Satsuki Show, Admire Vega won the Tokyo Yunshin, and finally NTR Narita Top Road won the Kika Show. So let's start talking about these horses,
Admire Vega.
So Admire Vega was born on March 12th of 1996 in Northern Farm, Hokkaido. Her or his father is
Oh my
Sunday
god. Who can someone stand up? Who here isn't related to Sunday Silence?
And her mother is Vega. A little trivia here, but Sunday Silence is actually the father of many great Japanese horses,
we've noticed,
including Fuji Kisuke, Marvel Sunday,
Sunday,
Silent Suzuka, Stay Gold. We all know who Stay Gold is. Special Week, Admire Vega, of course. Agnes Tachyon, Manhattan Cafe, and Deep Impact. So at Mara Vega,
So like, if you were trying to pair horses, do you have to like actively avoid your first cousins? Right? Like, oh, sorry, like they're all half siblings. We can't like breed two Sunday Silence children together. We need like a degree of separation.
Agnes Tachyon, Manhattan Cafe, and Deep Impact. So at Mara Vega, you could say already comes from a very good pedigree. And just a little fun fact on Sunday Silence pedigree. His father Halo, he likes to drown birds in his drinking bucket.
Like, how
that
do
was
you
a
do
fucking
that?
maniac like
How do you even do-
steak.
Like, I'm sorry, but like that's like the behavior that like let me think. Ivan the Terrible of Russia, or someone like exhibited animal cruelty. That's like literally psychosis or something. What kind of? At that point, I'm sorry, but I don't think your horse should be racing. I don't think your horse should be out and about in public, right? I think that horse needs to be locked up in a room and monitored.
Bro. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, Vlad the Impaler kind of thing. Like, oh, this is fun to you, right? Like you're just gonna like throw puppies. You're gonna kick puppies off the Kremlin wall type deal.
Mara Vega was actually a twin. So during pregnancy, Mara Vega's mother, Vega, would conceive twins. And because twins were really not acceptable or not really favored in Japanese horse racing thoroughbreds, because when you have twins, the horse would sometimes have an imbalance of nutrition, causing both horses to not have enough nutrition. One of the twins
I didn't realize horses could have twins, not gonna lie. Horses are kind of big. I didn't expect more than one horse to be able to fit inside a mare. That's a rough, like, pregnancy, wow. Do they give the horse C-sections?
of nutrition, causing both horses to not have enough nutrition. One of the twins had to be aborted. Of course, Mara Vega lives and her twin got aborted.
They have to abort them, like, oh. It actually isn't viable.
And in the anime, Mara Vega was also a twin, and she was actually suffering from survivor's guilt, where she felt like she didn't deserve to be alive.
Whoa.
In expense.
Okay, that's heavy. That's heavy. I don't think the horse and nature really notices that sort of thing. You know, the survival of the fittest and all. Like, at least it's not like the sharks. You know, tiger sharks that like eat each other. So that only one survives.
Of her sister's death. So at birth, Mara Vega actually has physical features very similar to his mother Vega, such as inward bent front legs. So the expectations from Mara Vega were not very high. For example, Jockey Yutaka Take came to visit Northern Farm. He saw Mara Vega and said, and I quote, Mara Vega looked like a dog or a deer. And it was not until September of 1997 where the farm actually seen a lot of growth and a lot of potential in Mara Vega, with an exercise jockey saying that, and I quote, his body was so flexible, no matter how much I ride him, I never get tired. That sentence could be interpreted in so many ways, but this is the one way that could lead to a good ending. So Mara Vega would have competed in 8 total races in her career, and most of
okay, so they either get first, second, or 6. Very specific. Lost a lot of times the Narita top road there? Question mark? Okay, I understand the Sasuke now.
Graded races,
Edgy.
including 3 G1 races, 2 G2 races, and 1 G3 race. So at Mara Vega's debut race would be held on November 7th of 1998 at Kyoto, and Mara Vega would have won that race by 2.5 lengths, but he got 4th place because after a deliberation from the track stewards, he would be demoted to 4th place for obstruction. And this was actually a major setback for Mara Vega, because this would have the possibility of losing Yutaka Take as Mara Vega's main jockeys for the classical races. But thankfully, Vega would win her next 2 races, the Erica Show and the G3 race, the Radio Tampa High Sansai Stakes at Hanshin. And this will lead to his eventual encounter with one of his future rivals, Narita Top Road, in his next race, which is the Hochihai Yayoi show where Amara Vega was placed at the back, basically being a late surger, and he would place second in that race, just barely losing to Narita Top Road by 1 length. Although he was defeated in that race, his second place finish still guaranteed his entry for the first leg of the Japanese Triple Crown, which is the Satsuki show. So the time for revenge for Vega was, and the date was April 18th of 1999 at Nakayama in the Satsuki show, where all 3 of the top 3, Opera O, Narita Top Road, and Admire Vega was in the same race. And this is actually the first time that they all have been in the same race. And Admire Vega and Top Road were the crowd favorites. It was Admire Vega and Top Road who were vying to win the race. But unexpectedly, Opera O came in from behind like the goddamn boogeyman and stole the show, won the first place at the Satsuki show, and thwarting the attempts of Admire Vega getting revenge on Narita Top Road, and most importantly, getting her first G1 win in her career. But thankfully, that chance will come immediately at the next race in June 6 of 1999 at the Tokyo Yunshin, where she finally claimed first place over Narita Top Road, and it was just by a hair that she won against Narita Top Road. This will be marking her first and only G1 win in her career.
First and only one? So Vega's like the least successful of the 3? But the one win counted. It was the Triple Crown one. Is Narita Top Road the main character of this anime?
Admire Vega's last 2 races were also covered in the Road to the Top anime, with the Kyoto G2 race where she again won against Narita Top Road, and her last race at November 1999 at the Kika show where Narita Top Road finally won her first G1 race. After that, she never ran any other races because Admire Vega in real life got injured, and in the anime she also gets injured.
Oh my god, it's always the injury. It's always the what if. It's like, oh, they could have kept going. They could have had a good rivalry, but now look at them.
She retired and became a breeding stallion.
What do you mean? They didn't even come close to winning a single G1? Well, the ones they mention usually get lots of G1s, okay? At least to be mentioned in the rivalry. But yeah, I guess they got taken out. They got taken out of the running from this. So is Narita? So it's interesting. TM Opera O is known as like the one who conquered the entire like generation, right? It's like TM Opera is given the I guess the honor or the fame, I suppose. But Narita Top Road seems to have like a lot of wins, so they're also the main character in this case? Customer?
Alright, let's talk about Narita Top Road. She probably has one of the worst and most unfortunate acronyms.
Wait, why does everyone say
Narita
that?
Top Road was born on April 4th
So
of
what? Why does that have anything to do with her
Sasaki,
name?
Bokujo. Her father is Soccer Boy and her mother is Floral Magic. So Soccer Boy is actually Dicta Striker from Umamusume Cinderella Grey. So in Umamusume, Narita Top Road is the perfect honor student, and she is also the class president. And this is probably due to the fact that Top Road's jockey, Kunihiko Watanabe, was the head of the jockey dormitory in the Rito Training Center where Narita Top Road was trained. Also, the real life Narita Top Road was described as a horse with very good looks, and he consistently placed in the top 5 of the popularity contest.
Popularity contest? It's just people thought Narita Top Road looked good as a horse.
That got Riz.
Okay.
Narita Top Road actually has a very extensive racing career, a career spanning around 4 years, from December 5th of 1998 until his eventual retirement on December 22nd of 2002. That is a very impressive racing career because a lot of horses, like for example at Vega we just talked about, she only had 8 races and she basically retired within a year of her racing career. You have to respect Narita Top Road for hanging on for so long. So I'm gonna mainly focus on Narita Top Road's career in 1999 where she was the top 3, but she has a very extensive career. So let's talk about Top Road's 1999 career. So her 1999 started with, you know, pretty good actually, with a win in the G3 race at the Kitsuragi show, and then with a win against Vega at the G2 race. But then she just kept losing, not really by a huge margin, but she kept losing for the next 3 races just by a hair. And this was represented perfectly in the
second and third isn't that bad,
where after losing to Vega at the Tokyo Yunshin, Top Road was very doubtful of herself to be able to even win a G1 race. But that all stopped when she finally won her first G1 race at November 7th of 1999 at the Kyoto Kika show, where she finally got her first G1 victory.
Nasukaru Suzuka? Related to Silent Suzuka?
Unfortunately.
So okay, so it's like wait, was the Kikuka show, is that the Triple Crown one that they won? Or just their first G1? With the exception of Haru Urara, if I remember right, for a horse to appear in the game they must have at least one G1 victory? Really? I mean, if they have a notable story worth training, then they should be able to win a G1, right? Because otherwise their career would be built on lies. We're making them win like 21 races in their career. In reality, these horses have such a short career. They only stick around for like 10 races or so sometimes. Rascal Suzuka is the brother. Ah. Yeah, so that's crazy. Their first win is one of the Triple Crown wins. Like, wow. If you go big or go home, they went big. They went big and they took home that win. Huh? There's a couple of them who never won G1 and we can still train them? Well, as long as they race them, right? As long as they place decently, I assume.
Unfortunately, this G1 victory will be marking the only time that she got a G1 victory.
What?
And the only time that she has beaten TM Opera at the rest of her career. Because afterwards, TM Opera had like a prime LeBron career at the 2000s. Like, Opera literally did not lost a single match.
Is it because, like, it's more interesting to have, like, an underdog be the MC? I was also like, why isn't Team Opera the main character? Because winning came too easily, apparently. Nobody could win after that because Team Opera was just peak.
And even at the Kika show, Opera was, you know, rode on by, like, a very inexperienced jockey. And a lot of people were saying that that's the only reason Top Road won. Like, come on, guys. Like, let Top Road get something. Top Road also had an unfortunate nickname called the Bronze Collector because in every single major...
Similar to Nice Nature? Alrighty, this is unneeded. This is uncalled for. Narita Top Road and Nice Nature. Good job getting 3rd place all the time. AKA 2nd place winner. For 2nd place loser, more like. Top Road came in 3rd place at the Spring Tenno show 3 years in a row. Oh, I know. Nice Nature catching strays here. Well, Nice Nature's personality and career is very much like she doesn't win, and she's very pessimistic because she's not very good at winning. Ugh.
graded race that she was participate in, she never got first place, but a lot of times she would get second and third place, just barely losing to her opponents. You know that when in Umamusume, when you finish a race and you gotta like dance on the stage, do the concert thingy? Like I feel like Top Road, the amount of time that she is up there and then we're just like dancing and singing,
But she's not
like, still being in
center.
second place and not winning.
Yeah.
She must be feeling some type of fucking shit in herself, bro.
Okay, but to be fair, I think people are underestimating, like, you know, they're underestimating people's like joining idols joining a group and just like wanting to be on the stage at all. Do you know how hard it is just to be on the stage at all, right? You can't just be like mad that you're not center. A lot of them are just grateful that they are one of the popular ones. And she gets there by popularity. It seems like she's really popular because she's pretty. Well, the horse is really pretty. I don't think the character design looks extremely pretty or anything. I feel like they should have made her like an exceptionally pretty model or something to represent exactly how popular this horse was, apparently. Silver collector just like staying gold.
Yo, she is on par with Nice Nature with that kind of violation that they're giving her. But thankfully, Top Road was always beloved, and he retired in early 2003 and died, unfortunately, on November 7th of 2005. You know, Top Road may not be
That's recent, 2025. He recently died. Okay, well, like, 2020, you made it all the way to 2025. That was like a good long time as well. Thankfully, not from any like traumatic injuries, no extremely early retirement. They just had a really long career and they were popular during it. So even if they don't win first, I guess they were still memorable and profitable, right? You think Tiamafro is outshining her even in Uma? She's certainly more unique. Certainly, for sure, more unique of a character. Maybe not your preference for like waifu or anything, but like, I don't know. In terms of like modeling, I guess I would probably also choose Tiamafro too. Despite not winning a G1. Nice Nature is second to Teo, you think? Oh, in earnings. Nice Nature is good at winning money? Question mark? I don't really know how horses make money. 5-year racing career lived to the oldest horse to have won a G1 race? Nice Nature lived for 35 years. Oh, that is a good long time. 120-year-old horse or something like that.
Unfortunately, on November 7th of 2005. You know, Top Road may not be number one in the racetrack, but he will always be number one in our hearts. But like that acronym, yeah.
That's not, the acronym is not. Listen, okay, I was the acronym even around when, you know, Top Road was racing, okay? We can't just use our modern sensibilities and project onto unrelated subjects like that. Is that our actual song? Wait. That's
yeah.
really funny.
Oh, God.
She has a jingle. All I hear is Team Opera O has a gold chip moment. Oh, the animation budget was spent on them.
Can't you tell I like this horse a lot? I don't think this horse needs any introduction at all. She would literally introduce herself, probably take my goddamn mic and introduce herself, because she is the overlord of the Century's End. Bro, I mean, if you talk about like my favorite Umamusume, she is right now probably my favorite Umamusume.
Really?
Her
favorite
racing career, or his racing career, is so fucking impressive. I mean, they name him the overlord of the centuries and for a fucking reason. She was the highest grossing horse of all time until Arrogate beat her record in 2017. So that is like a 17-year long streak that she is the highest grossing horse. Like, that is insane. And if you look at her 2000 season, she won every single race that she had in the 2000s.
I just bet on him. Just bet.
Like an unbeatable.
It's
fucking
more
record
like,
I think motherfucker forgot the term losing.
more sure to make you money than anything else.
Prime LeBron, just washing other fucking.
If it takes inflation into account, I'm not sure.
This horse is fucking insane. Well, I've been glazing her so much that I even forgot when she was born. So she was born on March 13th of 1996 at the Kinesu Bokujo. His father is Opera House and his mother is once.
They're half American, half British, 0% Japanese.
Wed. You know, despite like her amazing career, she didn't really start her career very well. You would expect her to win her first like debut race, right? But she actually lost her first 2 races. So her debut race
I just
in Kyoto
assumed it would be
August 15th
half
of
Japanese.
1998, she got 2nd place, and in the January 16, 1999 race in Kyoto, she got 4th. So there was not really a very high expectations for her, but she just kept fucking winning afterwards.
No, I wanna tally like how many famous Japanese horses are partially American. Apparently, because Sunday Silence spread. Silent Sunday, he spread his genes so wide and far that almost every horse is a little foreign. Right? Like, there's very few of them that are purely Japanese or even mostly Japanese. But this one's 0% Japanese.
The most prominent victory that she had in 1999 was the Satsuki show, where she won against Narita Top Road and at Vega, getting 1st place and claiming one of the race that is required for the Triple Crown.
Okay, but it's like, it is hard to keep seeing this race because they were whipped to the victory, so it feels kind of bad.
Like, compared to her 2000 seasons, her 1999 season might as well be like a speck of fucking dust in her career, because she got 1 first place and then she didn't really won any other race at 1999. So just a little bit of trivia for her anime version, so her Umamusume version. Apparently, she has at least 120 gigabytes worth of photos of herself. Okay, well, that's a lot of self-love.
Me too.
Also, Opera actually comes from just like a kind of a normal working family with a little sister and a working mother. And this is probably reflects that in real life, Opera owner and Opera ranch was relatively small despite of Opera great.
Wait, that's the local like bookstore or horse racing association or whatever. That's kind of cute. They just put them. It's like the zoos that put the what are they called? Kemono friends standees.
Success. Also, Opera was also the first horse to use the Ogre cap system. So back when Ogre cap transferred from the regional race to the national race,
even the Ogre cap couldn't really use her own system
race because she was just recently transferred to the national race. If you want to register in the national races, you had to register a year before. So that made Ogre cap unable to compete in the national race. And that really upset a lot of fans. So after Ogre Cap's retirement, they decided to make a rule just to have horses to be able to participate in national races, even if they haven't registered in the previous year.
Oh my god.
With
the close-ups of the eyes is a little
I think it's 10
distracting here. I'm not like paying attention. I'm just like,
the first horse to be able to utilize this rule and was able to win a race because of that. That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! This is also why in the Road to the Top anime, there was a showing where Opera was thanking Ogre Cap because the only reason that she was able to participate in the race,
Oh my god,
that the
Ogre
anime
eating that
depicted,
much?
was because of the Ogre cap rule. Oh yeah, she also appeared in Umamusume Cinderella Grey when Rudolph was trying to implement the Ogre cap rule. Opera O had an amazing career with a total of 7 G1 wins. He actually had a JRA commercial made for him, which is a 2013 Arma Kinen commercial stating, and I quote, "In 2000, Arma Kinen, winning continuously makes all other horses enemies.
Enemies?
The horse was completely surrounded. The way was supposed to be closed. TM Opera O, why could you run?"
The road ahead was jammed. It was jammed, but it's okay because they have iron will.
You know, his legacy is completely in stone as one of the most famous and one of the most successful horses in Japanese horse racing history. Teamo Pro, Narita Top Road, and Amara Vega were definitely the top 3 horses of 1999, and they defined
When
a
you're
generation
boxed,
of
you're
horses.
boxed
I
a
certainly think
bit.
that without each other, those horses could not have reached the heights that they have reached. And the way how Cyan Games depicted that rivalry, that story, into the Umamusume anime was very true to the source material, and you know, it was just a joy to watch. So I certainly hope that you enjoyed this video, and there will be more Umamusume content to come, and I'll see you in the next Umamusume video.
Oh my
Before the video
goodness.
starts,
Defying that when you're blocked rule. That's right. These courses don't play by our coding rules. Ugh, sudden, yeah. Ugh. I feel like it's hard to like state their dominance, because it's just like, yeah, Team Opera O was just the GOAT and just kept winning. But like the other races weren't super close, I guess. So it's not the individual race that was like whoa moment. It was very much like the track record, which makes them like really cool. But the race that we all know Team Pro for like winning is like also kind of like it just leaves a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth with how it happened. But even still, the senior triple crown, oh, it's like another set of 3 races. That's still very good. I mean, imagine winning 7 times, 7 G1s. And then it's like, oh, sorry, you didn't win the triple crown though. Like, you won enough. That's like way more than other people there. So what if you didn't win one specific set of races? Am I right? You still have like the record. Same races just the next year. Why does it have to be just one chance? So many horses missed out because they were injured, or you know, one person came and defied them. Well, I guess it's good if they're like successful and still winning and they can keep going. You know, if you keep winning, then there's no reason to retire. It's just the alarm clock, silly. Yeah. Called boring by fans. The first and second were just dominated by 2 horses. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. I was saying like, it's incredible of a feat to look back on it and be like, wow, that track record is so cool. But the individual races, it's like, who's gonna win? Obviously, Team Opera. Like at worst they'll get second, but like, where's the upsets? Where's the dark horses? Where's the betting chances, right? We just have a sure thing going on. So it seems like they're a little less memorable because they don't have that one defining feature. Everyone else is like, we have a tearjerker story here for you guys. We have somebody with a sad past. We have somebody that overcame their injuries. We have an incredible rivalry. And then we have Team Opera. It's like, oh yeah, they were just like practically uncontested. After their first triple crown was like taken from them, yeah, everyone else just stopped racing and they just kept going. Breeding prospects? Horses born in the same year to determine who's the best in a generation. So winning just one is retirement worthy. I think it's cool that they didn't have to retire. They lived a great long life, you know? And kept winning. And had the best of both worlds. And then we have make a winning horse here who didn't get the memo that you were supposed to retire after one win and let other people have a chance. Hogging all the glory to themselves, I see. Narita has an underdog buff. People like to root for upsets. They want to see something. Well, they either want to see a legacy fulfilled or they want to see something incredible happen before their eyes, right? So you'll tend to want something new and shake it up, or at least a very, very close race where anything can happen. The edge of your seat. It's not just one person is also ahead by themselves again. Sure thing, they got it in the bag. You can just read about it in the paper tomorrow. Honestly, you don't have to be there. And no one's particularly worried about whether they'll win or not. You want complete domination? Rice shower moment will always be a shocker. Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be a rice shower moment. There's a couple of the wins that were like incredible wins that were still unexpected, but not like causing other people to cry. I don't know. Majiro McQueen, people keep calling him boring. Ah, that's so sad. When you're so good, you get hated on. Oguri's Riva. Yeah, Oguri and Teo are like one of the more incredible ones. Well, Teo I know. Teo's like, because they didn't win all the time and they came back from injury breaks, right? So like anything could happen. Like, wow, this horse hasn't raced in so long. They have so much potential. Are they able to draw that potential out? Who knows? We're in for like a proving grounds kind of thing. Yeah, Grass Wonder too. Grass Wonder had so many like close runs with special week and whatnot. They kept trading wins and stuff. So it's like, ah, giri giri desu ne.